Good morning, Bacha Party. How are you all doing? Doing well? Okay. So we have completed almost, first term of our session this year, right? Okay. So I've got some simple questions for you to ask. Okay. Just let me see if you all can answer. Yes. Just wait for a second. Okay. So these are some pictures from your textbook. Okay. And I just want you all to answer which prose or poem it is from. Okay. Now come on, tell me the first one.
It's only matter of practice.
Very good. Next one.
600 serving man.
Lovely. Next one.
Aesophables.
Very good. It's a fable. Okay. This one.
Aesophables, a stage of the pool.
The stag at the pool. Very good. This one.
A great leader.
Very good. Very good. Lovely. And this one.
Why English is so hard.
Very good. Okay. So have you guessed what are we going to do? Yes. We are going to do English. Next lesson, Sultan Ghiyasuddin in the Qazi's court. Okay, so this is our chapter for today. It's an interesting story. Do pay attention. Okay, all of you. Now let's see what happened. Sultan Ghiyasuddin in the Qazi's court. Hundreds of years ago, in the eastern province of Bengal, Sultan Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah ruled the land. His capital was Sonargaon. Sultan Ghiyasuddin was a good ruler. Okay, so now we know that this story is about whom? Sultan Ghiyasuddin. See, you have to be attentive because I will be asking you some objective questions towards the end. Okay, so hundreds of years ago in the eastern province of Bengal, province means what? One of the areas that some countries are divided into with its own local government. Okay, so that is the divided area which is called as the province. So in the eastern province of Bengal, who was the ruler? Sultan Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah. Okay, and his capital was Sonargaon. Now, what is the meaning of capital? Capital means the town or city where the government of a country is. Okay, like Delhi is the capital of India, right? The same way Sonargaon was his capital. And Sultan Ghiyasuddin was a good ruler. He ruled wisely and well. He respected men of learning. Now, what is a men of learning? Men of learning means what? Well-educated men. Okay? He respected them a lot. He had a deep regard for law. He had a deep regard for law means what? He had a deep, you can say, care for law. So he was concerned about law. Okay? And he used to follow whatever fits in the rules and law. Okay? One day, while Sultan was practicing with his bow and arrows, he accidentally wounded the only son of a poor widow. Accidentally means what? By chance. So one day what happened? Sultan Ghiyasuddin was practicing with his bow and arrow. And he accidentally wounded, means by chance, he wounded the only son of a poor widow. Now who is a widow? Widow is a lady whose husband has died. Okay. So she was a poor widow and this boy was the only son. Only son means she did not have any other child. She had only one son and that son was wounded by Sultan Ghiyasuddin accidentally. The wounded boy did not survive. Did not survive means he did not continue to live after this dangerous experience. Okay, he was wounded and then he also died. Okay, but Sultan Ghiyasuddin never, he never wanted to kill him, but this just became accidentally. Okay, weeping and wailing, the poor widow went to the Qazi and told him what had happened. Weeping and wailing means what? Crying very bitterly. crying and sobbing long and loudly. Obviously, she'll feel bad because she just had one son, and even that was killed by the sultan. So she was really upset, and she went to the qazi. Qazi means who? The one who is going to give the judgment, who was going to judge. Okay, who was going to decide what is to be done ahead. The qazi was an honest and upright man. Okay, he was very honest and he was upright. Upright means strictly honorable or honest. Okay, he sent an officer to summon the sultan to his court. What did he do after the hearing this? He sent an officer. He sent his officer and told him that go and get the sultan to the court. Okay, summon means what? To order someone to come or to send for someone. Getting me, everyone? So this Qazi sent an officer. He told that officer that go and get the sultan right now to my court. Okay. When the officer reached the palace, the guards stopped him and inquired about his business. Now, obviously, it was not very easy to just get inside the palace and inform the sultan that Sultan Qazi has called you, so please come. Was it so easy? It was not easy because it was the sultan's palace. So at the entrance itself, the officer was stopped by the guards. And they started asking him, what happened? Why have you come here? Why you want to meet the sultan? And so many questions. So the officer told him what all had happened. When they learned that he had come to serve a summons on the sultan, they were shocked. Okay. So they inquired, means they asked, why have you come here and all? When the officer said that the Qazi has called him and because the widow has given the complaint and all, so they were really shocked and they refused to let him go inside the palace. Okay, so he said that I have come to serve a summons. Summons means what? A written notice ordering someone to appear in court. Okay, so that is a very legal notice which you cannot deny. So that was supposed to be given to the sultan, but the guards there, they were shocked and they did not allow him to go inside the palace. Okay, they did not allow the officer to go and give the summons. Getting me, everyone? If you all are getting me, just show me your thumb once. Yes, good. Now what happened? The officer was now in a fix. Now in a fix means what? Now he was in a very difficult or awkward situation. Why difficult and awkward situation? Because he was told by the Qazi that go and give the summons, and he doesn't do that, then Qazi will not take him back. He will feel angry. And if he tries to get inside the palace forcibly, then the Sultan will be angry. Right? So the now officer was really in a fix. He was in a very difficult situation. He was not understanding what to do. Okay. The officer was now in a fix. The guards did not allow him to enter the palace. But he knew that he could not return without serving the summons. So somewhere in his mind, he was absolutely clear that he has to give the summons to the Sultan. Right? The Qazi would not take him back. He had to find a way of reaching the Sultan somehow. So the officer, he has to, really try hard and he has to reach the Sultan, give him the summons, and only then he could return back. But the guards were not allowing him. So he was really confused. He was really tensed, like thinking, what can I do next? What could he do? He thought and thought. So the officer now, he was in a fix and he tried to think what could he do so that he could give the summons to the Sultan. At last, he began to sound the azan, the call for the prayer, loudly outside, just outside the palace. So now the officer, he found a way, he got an idea. And what did he do? He just, began to sound the azan. Azan is what the Muslim call to ritual prayers, now often played in recorded music, but then he started calling the azan. He started praying, you can say. Okay. And for azan, there is a particular time. You cannot just do it anytime, right? So he did it on a odd time. Okay, it was not yet the time for the prayer. When the Sultan heard the loud, untimely call, he was greatly surprised. Okay, so when the officer started sounding the azan, the Sultan inside the palace could hear him. Okay, and Sultan was greatly surprised. Why was he surprised? Because it was an untimely call. Because it was not yet the time for the prayer. So the Sultan started thinking, what is going on? Who is this person? Calling this azan right now. This is not the time for prayer. So he ordered that the man giving the call should be brought before him immediately. So what did the Sultan do? He said, go and get that man who is, praying now, because this is not the time for the prayer. Go and get him right now. So the Sultan ordered his guards that you go and get the person who is saying the prayer now, this untimely prayer, and I want him in front of me. Okay. His soldiers rushed out of the palace gates, got the officer, and took him to the Sultan within moments. Okay. So now do you get what was the idea of the officer? The officer knew that they are not going to allow him to go and meet the Sultan. So he played this trick, or he just executed this plan so that he could go in front of the Sultan. So he purposely called for the azan, and then the guards, they just got him and took him in front of the Sultan. So finally, the officer could reach the Sultan. When the officer knelt before the Sultan, he was trembling with fear. Obviously, he was the great Sultan, and the officer was really scared because he had, given the untimely call for the prayer, and now the Sultan had called him inside. So obviously, the Sultan must be angry. So the officer was trembling with fear. Means what? He was shaking with fear. Okay. He was trembling with fear, but he mustered all his courage and explained why he had given the call for azan. He mustered all his courage means what? He gathered all his courage. Like, he just tried to cool himself, and, he could gather some courage, and then he could speak to the Sultan. And he said, he gave the reason why he had given the call for azan. He gave the explanation that Sultan, I have been sent by the Qazi, and these are the summons which I wanted to give you, but your guards, they did not allow me to come in. So I had no other option left, and that is why I had to, do this untimely azan. Okay. Then, with shaking hands, he gave the summons to the Sultan. Sultan Ghiyasuddin took it without making any comment. Okay. Now we all have seen that Sultan Ghiyasuddin was a very good ruler. He was a very kind man, right? So he somewhere knew that why this summons have come, because he knew that he has wounded a boy, though accidentally, but then the boy did not survive. So he knew that this summons were for him. Okay. So he took it without making any comment. Means he did not say anything. Quietly he took the summons. He read it. He read the summons and told the officer to go back to the Qazi. He announced that he would appear in the Qazi's court the next day. Okay. So now the officer, with shaking hands, he gave the summons to the Sultan, and Sultan took it without any comment. He read it, and what did he do? He told the officer that don't worry, I will be, appearing in the Qazi's court tomorrow. Go, I will come. Okay. He announced that he would appear in the Qazi's court the next day. The next morning, the Sultan got ready to appear before the Qazi. Okay. He hid a sharp sword in his robe and set out. So next day, he knew why was he called. So he got ready. Okay. And what did he do? He hid a sharp sword. Sword means You know what is a sword, right? So he hid that sword in his robe, means in his clothes. Okay, and he went. Okay, so now he had reached the Qazi's court. The courtroom was packed with people. Obviously, now Sultan was going to, come for the offense which he had done. So everybody was really, worried what would happen. So all the people had gathered there. Everyone was eager to see what would happen. The Qazi entered and took his place on the high seat of honor. Okay. So the Qazi came and he took his place in the high seat of honor, means he took his own place. In a little while, the Sultan entered the court. So in some time, as promised, Sultan Ghiyasuddin entered the courtroom. Okay. Everyone stood up to show respect to the Sultan. But the Qazi did not get up. Okay. So finally, he was the Sultan, right? So everybody, they got up and they showed respect to the Sultan because he was the king. But the Qazi did not get up. Why did the Qazi not get up? Because that time, the Qazi was the judge, right? And he was going to look after the case of the widow where Sultan had done an offense. He had done a mistake, right? So that time, that was not the time to show respect to Sultan because right now the Qazi was in a upper position than Sultan, right? So he did not get up. Sultan stood in the docks and the trial began. Now, what is the docks? It is an enclosed space in the court of law for the accused person. You must have seen in movies and all also. Like when the accused person is made to stand in the court, he is supposed to stand in an enclosed place, right? They just go there and then the trial begins. And what is the meaning of trial? Sorry. A formal examination of evidence by a judge, typically before a jury, in order to decide guilt in case of criminal or civil proceeding. Right? So the procedure which goes on, where the evidence are produced and the judge has to decide exactly who is the guilty, who is the victim. So that time, whatever decision is taken by the judge, that proceedings are called as trial. Okay. So the Sultan, he went and stood in the docks and then the trial began. The widow presented her complaint. So the widow started saying what all had happened. The Qazi took note of all the evidence. Evidence means what? The information in the, given in the court to prove something. You can say proof. Okay. So the Qazi took note of all the evidence in a grave voice, addressed the Sultan. So now the case was quite clear. There was no confusion. Even the Sultan knew that he had wounded the boy, and the widow was also not saying anything lies. She was also saying the truth. Okay. So the Qazi, he told in the grave voice after listening to everything to the Sultan, you are guilty of causing the death of the only son of this poor widow. According to the law, you must pay a fine for this offense. In order to I order you to do that without delay. Okay. So he said in a grave voice. Grave means what? Serious voice. In a very strict voice. That, see, Sultan, you are guilty. You are responsible for the death of this only son of this poor widow. So as per law, the Sultan had supposed to pay the fine for the offense. Offense means what? Crime or wrong deed. Okay. So the Qazi said that I order you to do that without delay. So without taking much time, you have to pay the fine to the widow. That will be your punishment. Okay. So those were the words of Qazi for the Sultan. The Sultan accepted the judgment and apologized to the widow. He apologized, means he said sorry for what had happened to the widow. He arranged to pay the fine immediately. Okay. Now Sultan was also a good person, so he knew that he was at fault, and so he was ready to pay the fine to the widow. the widow felt satisfied that the offense was brought home to the offender. Means what? Means the person who had done wrong was punished, right? Offender is a person who has done something wrong or illegal. Okay. When the case was over, the Qazi got up from his high seat of honor. Respectfully, he bowed to the Sultan and requested him to take his seat. Okay. So now the case was over. Sultan was given the punishment, he accepted it and he fulfilled whatever was told. So now it was the time for Qazi to get up and bow before the Sultan, give respect to the Sultan. Okay. So he just got up and he bowed to the Sultan, means he bent like this to the Sultan and he requested him to take his seat. He said, please, Sultan, please come and take your seat. Okay. The Sultan then drew the hidden sword from his robes and told the Qazi. Now we had seen earlier that Sultan, see, you can see the sword in the picture. He said that I had hidden this sword in my robes. Okay, and he showed it to the Qazi. I am happy that you did not waver in your duty. What's the meaning of waver? It means you did not hesitate, or you did not become unsure. Okay. Now, obviously, the Qazi had to give judgment against the Sultan, against the king. So it might happen that, due to fear, the Qazi may not do justice to the widow, right? So with that thought, Sultan had hidden this sword in his robe. So this sword was hidden in his robe, means in his clothes. So the Sultan said that I am happy that you did not waver in your duty. You did not hesitate to punish me. Otherwise, I would have beheaded you with this sword. The Sultan said, if you wouldn't have punished me and if you wouldn't have done your duty, means if you wouldn't have given justice to the widow, then with this word, I would have cut your head. Okay? Because Sultan was, I told you before that he was the follower of law. He had deep regard for law, right? So as per his, belief, he was supposed to be punished. So he was expecting Qazi to do justice to the widow. Okay. And he had taken the sword along with him, keeping in mind that if the Qazi doesn't give justice to the widow, and if he would favor the Sultan unnecessarily, then the Sultan will just cut off his head with this sword. Okay. The Qazi then put his hand under the cushion where the Sultan was seated and brought out a whip. You can see the whip, right? Which is used for, it is a strip used for, hitting somebody. A strip of leather or length of a cord fastened to the handle used for flogging or beating a person or for urging on an animal. Okay. So the Qazi also, as Sultan has hid a sword, Qazi had hidden a whip. Okay. And he also told Sultan that this I had hidden under my, cushion. He said, Your Majesty, I am happy because you obeyed the law. Otherwise, I would have whipped you in the court. So Qazi was also a strict follower of law. So he said, Sultan, if you wouldn't have followed the, my verdict, then I would have beaten you with this whip. The Sultan then got up and embraced the Qazi. Embrace means what? Hold someone closely in hand, especially as a sign of affection. Thank God we both did our duty, he said. Everyone present in the courtroom praised the two great men. Okay, because both had done their duty. Okay, so have you all understood? Just show me your thumb. Okay. Now I just have yes or no questions. So what you have to do is just, as per the chapter, you tell me whether the answer should be yes or it should be no. Okay, ready? Okay. Did the Sultan want to kill the widow's son?
No.
Did the Sultan have deep regard for law?
Yes.
Was the Qazi an honest man?
Yes.
Was the officer successful in serving the summons?
Yes.
Did the officer give the summons to the Sultan?
Yes.
Very good. Did the Sultan appear in the Qazi court? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did the Qazi stand up when the Sultan entered the courtroom?
No.
No.
Was the Qazi's judgment fair?
Yes.
Did the Sultan obey the law?
Yes.
Was the Sultan happy with the Qazi?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Now see this. Read the following. Now mute yourself, everyone. Read the passage and answer the following question. So this first one, I will be doing it for you. Second, you will be doing for me. Okay. Now see the same passage which we have done. Hundreds of years ago, in the eastern province of Bengal, Sultan Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah ruled the land. His capital was Sonargaon. Sultan Ghiyasuddin was a good ruler. He ruled wisely and well. He respected men of learning. He had a deep regard for law. One day, while the Sultan was practicing with his bow and arrows, he accidentally wounded the only son of a poor widow. The wounded boy did not survive. Now, I have these questions which, answers you have to find from the passage itself. So, I will help you with this passage and next one you will be doing. Okay. Hundreds of years ago, who ruled in the eastern province of Bengal? Now, see, right here you have the answer. Hundreds of years ago, in the eastern province of Bengal, Sultan Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah ruled the land. Okay. What was the name of his capital? His capital was Sonargaon. Now you have to find the opposites of these words from the passage. Rich, poor. You have your right. Poor, widow. So answer is poor. Disrespect.
Respect.
Western. Eastern.
Eastern.
Shallow.
Deep.
Okay. Describing word for province.
Eastern.
Very good. Ruler.
Good.
Very good. So you have understood, right? Now let's try. Let me read first. Weeping and wailing, the poor widow went to the Qazi and told him what had happened. The Qazi was an honest and upright man. He sent an officer to summon the Sultan to his court. When the officer reached the palace, the guards stopped him and inquired about his business. When they learned that he had come to serve a summons on the Sultan, they were shocked. They refused to let him go inside the palace. The officer was now in a fix. Okay. So now tell me, how was the Qazi?
The Qazi was an honest and upright man.
Very good. Why did Qazi send an officer to Sultan? Find the answer.
He sent an officer to summon the Sultan to his court.
Very good. Who was in a fix?
The Qazi was in a fix.
Qazi?
The officer was.
Yes. Very good. The officer was in a fix. Now complete the following. When the officer reached the palace,
The guard stopped him and inquired about his business.
very good, inquired about his business. A written notice ordering someone to appear in the court.
Someone.
Very good. Now see the last one. When the Sultan heard the loud, untimely call, he was greatly surprised. He ordered that the man giving the call should be brought before him immediately. His soldiers rushed out of the palace gates, caught the officer, and took him to the Sultan within moments. When the officer knelt before the Sultan, he was trembling with fear. But he mustered all his courage and explained why he had given the call for azan. Okay. Now, why was the Sultan surprised?
When the Sultan heard the loud, untimely call, he was greatly surprised.
Very good. What did the Sultan do when he heard the untimely call?
He ordered that the man giving call should be brought before him immediately.
Very good. Complete the following. His soldiers rushed out of the palace gates.
catch the officer and took him to the Sultan within moments.
Very good. Within moments. Now you have to underline the pronouns. We have already done pronouns, right? So he ordered that the man giving the call should be brought before him immediately. Which is the pronoun here?
He and him.
Very good. Lovely. Now circle the action words. Action words means verbs. Heard, soldiers, knelt, courage, took.
Heard, knelt, took.
Lovely. Give me a high five. So when you are solving a passage, what do you have to do? What teacher did? You have to read it, understand well, and then you will be able to get all the answers. Okay?
Yes.
Now see, this is just the easy exercise. Filling the blanks with words from the brackets to form the correct pairs. Okay? Bow and
Arrow.
needle and
Thread.
Thread.
yes. Vedic, you can also unmute. Cup and
Saucer.
Sir.
shoes and
Sock.
very good. Very good. So this will be your assignment, which you have to complete. Okay? You have to, what you have to do? You have to just match the opposites. Accepted, present, satisfied, obeyed, untimely, appear, respect, sharp. You have the answers on the other side where you have to just match. Okay? So I hope everybody has understood the chapter well. Yes? So one thing you have to keep in mind, keep reading, because reading is very important in languages. Okay, so everybody read the chapter again today. And whenever you are finding answers for any comprehension, you first need to understand the passage. As we had, just explained you, I had just explained you the lesson. So that is why again I did not explain you the passage. But whenever you find the passage where you are supposed to find the answers, first you have to read it twice, understand, and then go for the question. It will become easier for you. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.